Hello warriors. Okay, excuse the fact that I'm like sat in a garden right now, but I've got my crutches with me, so I can't exactly be like, hobbling around. Today I am interviewing the hot, very hot cross mum. Say hi.
Hello. Hi.
She actually looked me up on Instagram after watching me on Married at First Sight, which I was really honoured about because I don't know if you guys follow this lady, but she's like a very inspirational woman. So just a little bit of background about her. Basically, after having a bit windy here, isn't it? After having a baby, she started suffering from post-natal depression. But rather than doing what we all tend to do, which is keep these things inside and not talk about it, she decided to open it up and talk about it publicly. And I think that is a fantastically inspiring thing to do. Talk me through how it felt for you to suddenly open up these innermost emotions and talk to a bunch of complete strangers about it.
Well, obviously I had my child and I didn't even know that I had depression. It's not what you imagine it to be like.
No.
I always thought it was like kind of sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, crying. But I went through a really odd time. Straight after having my child, I was over-exercising, had OCD, and kind of had this mania.
Over-exercising?
Yeah.
A lot of people feel that it's like just sat there in your pyjamas all day.
No. It was like, you see in the papers and everything, all these women just snap back into shape, and I was the classic. I fell for it, and I was like, right, okay. 3 weeks after having a C-section, I was in the gym. I was going 3 times a day, and which was pretty bad. And I wasn't myself. So I was doing the gym 3 times a day, and then when I wasn't at the gym, I was going home and had completely really funny about germs, so I was cleaning the house.
What was it
OCD.
that made you then suddenly twig that something's not quite right here?
Because it was a completely new, everything's new, because you're a mum, you don't know how you're meant to feel and whether that's natural. I just thought it's what most mums do, they want to kind of get back into shape, but it was mad. That was going on for a few months, and obviously I burnt out, and that's when the depression set in. And depression for me was being in bed in the morning. I couldn't get out of bed. I had absolutely no energy, no enthusiasm for getting out of bed, and all I was doing was tidying, put the baby down, exercise, baby comes up, and then just doing my motherly duties. And then I was just completely just dead. I couldn't hold a conversation.
How was it like for your loved ones? Did they sort of go, hang on a minute, something's not quite right here, or did they just go, oh, that must be what it's like after having a baby?
Well, yeah, I mean, my family don't live near me, so all I had was just me and my husband. We're living in London. I didn't have any mum friends, so I had no idea. It was my husband, I think. So I had my child in the October. There was the April that he was like, something's wrong here. I was just constantly tired, and obviously when you have a child, people think, oh, you're tired. So I didn't realise that the extreme tiredness.
There's more to it.
Yeah. Because I just thought,
I've got a new
motherhood.
baby, I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you expect. Yeah.
So obviously, when I opened up to people like my family, because they're older, you don't talk about depression and things like that.
Stiff upper lip.
Yeah, exactly. So they were like, you feel like this. It's what it's what being a mum's about.
Yeah.
And it didn't really kind of get that support or understanding.
What made you decide to actually go Instagram on it?
Because I was just so lonely, and I didn't know. I moved to this area in South London. I was living in Central London. I didn't know the area. Didn't have any mum friends, and I was just so lonely, so isolated, and felt so bad. And I just thought, if I feel like this, there's bound to be other people that feel like this.
100%.
So
people do on social media where they put just the happy faces, hey, I'm on holiday, hey, I'm in the park, that sort of thing, and then actually you think, well, no, there's more to it. If I'm feeling like that, there must be other people.
That's it. So it was a kind of anti-social media thing that I did, and I went on there and kind of talked about everything, and I'm warts and all. I don't believe in just showing these lovely glossy pictures of the happy bits of motherhood. So just went on there and just just start talking like this.
It's taken off from what I see. I mean, I don't have any
thank you.
children, but I've got people who do, and they were like, I was like, oh, I'm going to meet the hot cross mum, and they're like, oh my gosh, really? Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Oh,
so I was like,
nice.
it's taken off.
Yeah.
You're, quite like inspirational.
Thank you.
How does it feel now? Obviously now you've got like such a an extensive following of people who are like looking up to you and going, it's okay to be not okay. Like, how does that feel for you, knowing that there's all these people who are watching you and going, you make them feel okay?
It's really, I can't put it into words how it feels when I kind of meet a lot of people. There's like a couple of occasions where someone's come up to me in a shop, there was 2 people, and getting that positive feedback does make it all worthwhile. And you know, I wish I had that in my life when I was feeling at my worst. And since doing Instagram, it's so common, depression, and I think I'd say maybe 2/3 of mothers that I've met are suffering with mental health problems.
I had depression just over 10 years ago now when my mum died, so although I've never had postnatal depression, I can have some degree of like where you're coming from.
And how do you feel that you can recover?
100%. I'm personally, oh hang on, the interview switched around now, hasn't it? For me, it was a case of I was actually glad that I had depression when I did, because I felt like I'd gone through my whole life living like needing glasses, and then I kind of like I had depression and I was blind, and then after recovering from depression it was like suddenly I'd had laser eye surgery, I could see, so I felt like it was better than before because I had a degree of it. Because I will admit, and I'm ashamed of this, that I was very much of the, oh, what is wrong with people, like they're just so like, just cheer up. So I was actually glad that I went through it, because then I was like able to see, no, it's actually a medical condition, it's not like just feeling miserable. So it's crazy.
So you've not had any kind of like relapses or?
I haven't, which is surprising given my current circumstance. I haven't, but they have said that I am going to be in a very high risk category for postnatal depression. So for you, like, is that something that concerns you about having more children, knowing that you're then going to be in a high risk of it again?
I'm really frightened. It's so sad. I don't know, I don't want my daughter to kind of be an only child, but that's just society about, you know, having a single child. I don't know.
Must be quite nerve-wracking as well, knowing that basically you're going to have that issue where you know, motherhood is like the most natural thing in the world, but knowing that you're going to be nervous of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think obviously the support would be through the roof with the professionals. They've been fantastic. But I just think for this, I don't know whether I can take that chance and be selfish and do it again. Me and my husband nearly split up, so I don't know if I could put our marriage at risk again. I don't know. It's still too fresh in my mind, really. I'm still recovering. I'm on antidepressants and having, you know, counselling and what have you. So who knows?
Counselling is fantastic, isn't it?
I know. It's
don't anyone ever feel like worried or ashamed about going and getting counselling, because I'm currently having counselling, and it is, I think, to be honest, that's probably the reason why I've not actually relapsed into depression, because you know, having that
it's been the best thing. And you meet something, you've got to kind of find the right person, you gel with them, and but when you do and they get you, it's like someone's got the key and they open up your heart, and then it's like, and when they can just ask you maybe 3 questions, and then they're just like nail you, and it's just, it's fantastic.
Okay, well, this is Hot Cross Mum. You can follow her on Instagram.
Nice to meet you all.
And also one more thing though, 30th of September, which is actually my wedding anniversary. We're going to be going makeup free. You're going to be joining us.
Yeah, I'll do that.
# embrace your face.
Okay.
Excellent.
Right,
okay,
take
lovely
care.
to meet you. Bye.
See you then. Bye.